Most people don't fail to follow their dreams of working for themselves because they lack motivation, they don't lack education, they don't lack even the opportunities. Most people fail to launch because they're literally too weighed down in bad habits, in debt, in wasting too much time that it never gets off the ground. So that's what this episode's about. Okay. Step number one, you got clear. You got clear on why you want to leave your job. You got clear on why you want more freedom and autonomy in your life. This episode is about getting clean. Okay, we got to get financially clean, we got to get habitually clean, and then we got to get our schedule clean so we can actually start to make some moves. Here's the thing, we all know those people that are too either stuck in their ways, they have too much stuff, or they don't have the financial wherewithal in order to actually move to the place that they're always talking about. They are physically stuck because of the limitations they put on themselves. Working for yourself and chasing your goals, no different. Okay. If you have anchors, you're not going to be able to move. So we got to free those. All right. So let's talk through those today. Step number one, you got to get financially clean. Most of us, most of you probably have some credit card debt, racking up super high interest. If you're not paying off the statement balance every single month, you got to look at that step number one. If you got any other worse loans like that, like payday loans, you got to look at that too. Okay. We got to take care of those. Student loans, we can talk about. For me, I mean, I literally just paid those off in the last year because they were such a low interest rate. However, if they're holding you back, if that's like a really big number for you, then you have to address that too. Car loans, all of these things you have to address before you can start to build. Okay, we got to make a clean slate before you can actually start to build. We don't build on top of chaos. Okay, we got to build on a firm, nice foundation, and that means getting financially clean. So by ignoring the problem, it doesn't make it go anywhere, right? I remember I used to be so afraid to open my banking app and look at my bank accounts whenever I was knee deep in debt because I just figured if I don't look at it, it doesn't exist. Okay. Just swipe the card and it doesn't exist. That left me in a world of hurt, right? We've been through this and I know that feeling. What does it matter, right? What do these little steps matter because I'm already under this insurmountable debt? My income is nowhere where I need it to be, and even to like give me an opportunity to pay this down. I need you to switch your thinking for one. Know that you can change your actions and you can change your financial outcome if you want to. All it takes is discipline. I don't care how much money you make. You can make a budget in order to set some money aside to pay down debt and start making moves that you want to. I don't care who you are. If your goal is to even travel, you can set aside funds to do that. You can create the budget to do that. I don't care if you make $30,000 a year. You can still make that happen. Things are going to look different. But the thing is, lifestyle creep happens to all of us too. You could be making $200,000 a year, $500,000 a year, and you probably still have debt. There's a lot of people that are still living paycheck to paycheck that are making a buttload of money. Okay, so it's really about the habits and the budgeting and becoming aware of our problems more so than anything. So for me, what I had to do is I had to audit. Right now it's called Rocket Money. I forget what it used to be called, but that's what I used in order to just become aware of where my money was going every single month. Step two to that, I had to have a plan. For me, I use profit first. Use the profit first method. If you've ever heard of that, for your business, it's a total game changer, but I applied it to my personal life as well. It's basically the envelope method. So you have one account where all of your money comes into. Then you have other accounts where you'd have something for your recurring expenses. That's another banking account. You have something for your profit or your savings on the personal side. It's another account. You have something for anything you want to save for, or if you have debt consolidation or debt pay down, you have another big account for that. So you have a debt pay down account. So whatever all of your accounts are, recurring, savings, profit, debt pay down, anything else you're saving for, like retirement accounts, etc. Everything that comes in that month, everything gets allocated on a percentage basis into those buckets. So the profit first says profit isn't income minus expenses. He flips that on its head and says you get paid first. We can decide what our profit is based off the revenue, and essentially it's income minus your profit equals your expenses. So you decide, you save that money first, and then you decide, hey, this is what I actually can spend in my business this month. This is what I actually get to spend in my life this month. Okay, so that saved me It helped me pay down tens of thousands of dollars in credit card debt, helped me pay down my student loans, and helped me just become a lot more confident in my bank accounts. I look forward to every time I got to log in and do my profit first allocations every month because I was confident and I had a plan and I could see the momentum working. If you're looking at debt, there's a couple ways you can pay that down, specifically credit cards. Personally, I like the snowball method because if you have, even if it's not your highest interest credit card, if it's a small amount and you can pay that down first, that momentum is going to help you because again, you didn't get into this so much because it was just like bad financial decisions. Yes, but all of our financial decisions are based in psychology, right? And so psychologically, if you can pay off that small amount first and you clear that whole balance, man, it's going to push you ahead more than you can imagine. So that's what worked for me. That's what I like. So step number one, financially clean. You're getting rid of your debt. You're making a plan, and then you're continuing to audit it on a monthly basis at least. For me, I mean, you have to open your banking account every single day. You could even make that a challenge for yourself. I know it hurts, but you got to look the problem in the face and say, "I'm taking care of this." That's what you got to do. Okay, you can't be scared of it. Step number two is you got to be habitually clean. What do I mean by that? All the bad habits that got you into that got you under that mountain of debt to begin with, that's what we got to clean up. Apps out there like Rocket Money are going to help you see where your money's going. But also, you just got to become cognizant of the fact that where am I just leaking like a sieve? So for me, I used to drive around a lot for work, and so essentially, I would just stop at every quick trip along the way. It's easy for me to grab lunch there. It's easy for me to grab energy drinks there and justify it because, hey, I'm on call 24/7. This is my job. I'm out here just beating myself down. I can do this. I'm on the go. But I was spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of extra dollars a month in junk. It wasn't good for my health. It wasn't good for my bank account. It wasn't good for my wallet. So that's what I'm saying. You got to become habitually aware and you got to break the habits that don't serve you. Okay. This could even go down to distractions and doom scrolling, poor diet choices. Maybe you have to do something like a 75 hard just to reset. You got to put a goal on your calendar just to reset. You got to put a half marathon out there so you know that you have something to work towards. I know that's what I've had to do for myself before, and that's what works for me. One thing I want you to figure out, this is your action step for this becoming habitually clean, is figuring out what your trigger habit is. What I mean by that. So your trigger habit is essentially if you accomplish this thing in a day, it's so much easier for you to follow all the rest of your goals for that day after that. So for me, if I can wake up early when my alarm actually goes off and then I get in my cold plunge, I don't care how you feel about that. It works for me. If I can do that, I feel superhuman. And then for the rest of the day, it's easier for me to eat clean. I know I'm going to get to the gym. And I know I'm going to be dressed and actually like respect myself in the way that I dress and get to my office here and work on time and everything else falls into place. If I can do those two things, wake up when my alarm actually goes off, get into the cold plunge. Everything else falls into place for me. So for you, for this step, for getting habitually clean, what is that trigger for you? What's that trigger habit for you? Okay, so audit your life and figure that out. Lastly, and this kind of goes in with the others, is getting your schedule clean. You got to learn to say no to the things that don't serve you as well. They could be those get togethers, they could be going out for drinks and appetizers, because all that does is you're going to spend more money, you're going to feel worse about yourself. You're definitely not eating well, whenever you are going out for the most part. And so you have to learn to say no to the things that don't serve you. And you have to look at your schedule and say, okay, where can I free up time in order to work on my goal? If this is a goal for me to walk away from my job, where can I be working on that freedom? So for me, when I was going to hospital, there was always downtime. I'd be trying to get back to clients, customers, my real estate leads. In the meantime, I'd be searching for new markets while I'm there on my phone. Instead of like scrolling on social media, you could be learning about what that next side hustle is. You may need to even implement something like I have recently is the brick, this little brick device. It's going to clear all of the distractions off of your phone until you actually manually go and tap it so you can unlock your phone again, so you can have full use of it. That's literally what it's come to for me. Maybe that's what you got to do. So just know, I don't believe that you're lazy. All right. I believe we're just overloaded. We're overloaded with distractions. We got to cut out choices for us, and you gotta clean up your schedule. And so, action step for this, getting your schedule clean, is I want you to find 1 hour during your day that you can work on your goal of achieving freedom. Okay, 1 hour. It could be before work, before the kids get up. It could be after work, late at night. It could be your lunch hour. It doesn't have to be one dedicated hour. It could be 15-minute increments that you find throughout the day, a couple 30 minutes. You can break it up, but you need to find 1 hour's worth of time where you can dedicate to freeing yourself and working on this side hustle. Last, I want to leave you with this. If you're out there and you're still working your job and you're hating it, you're ready for something else, I want you to realize that your job is your investor. Your job is your investor right now. That's how I want you to think of it. It's your investor in your freedom in this next phase in your life. So don't disrespect your investor's time. And don't disrespect your investor's capital. You do those two things, everything else is going to fall into place. All right. So you've gotten clear. Now we're getting clean. Next step, we're going to talk about getting committed and how you can choose a lane without getting distracted. Okay. Thanks. Stay tuned.